Well, hello again, and hello, Shelly.
Hi.
I always like having conversations with you. And today, what we're going to be talking about is physician orders for life-sustaining treatment, otherwise known as the POLST. It is an unforgettable piece of paper, bright pink, and Shelly is going to talk to us about it today, demystifying the POLST 101, or POLST for Dummies, maybe.
Maybe. Yeah.
So what is the POLST, and why would someone need to have that? We talked about Advance Health Directives before. Why would someone need this?
Yeah, so this is actually a really important document, along with all of the other really important and confusing documents that we have floating around to help us. But this one is specifically for our emergency medical team that might come out to your home to pick you up if you have an emergency at home and the ambulance needs to come. This is for the EMTs, and it is more direct communication from you. And maybe in those moments you can't exactly say what you would want or how you would want to be treated. And so this form is going to let them know in the middle of an emergency when everything is falling apart, how you want to be cared for.
Right, and I also think that because it's a physician order, it makes it more powerful. So it's not like just somebody, like somebody said, oh, this is what I think that my mother wants or my father wants.
Yeah, well, this is a legal document, and it's legal when your doctor signs it, and so those orders have to be followed.
So Shelly, maybe you can go over the first three parts of this document. What makes this different than maybe an Advance Health Directive, and why it's so important to have these three sections filled out?
Okay, so getting really specific on communicating to the team in the ambulance that comes out to help you when something really critical is happening. So first, they need to know, do you want CPR or not?
Right.
And if we don't have this form, then they will do everything they possibly can to resuscitate you. So you get to decide, do you want CPR or not? Then it gets a little bit more, the choices kind of go in a little bit more specific ways. So first of all, do you want full treatment? Right. Do you want to be brought back in every possible way, and do you want them to use every possible option that they can?
You want a breathing tube, right?
Yeah, to save you. That would include intubation. That's what, right. So then they have a section that you could check off. It's called selective treatment, and this is choices that involve, do you want maybe IV fluids, but you don't want to be intubated? Would you want antibiotics, but you don't want to be intubated? This trick here, or the answer to this one is, I don't want to be intubated, but I do want a little bit more support.
And maybe for a trial period even.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you get to say what the trial period would be as well. Then the next choice is more comfort-based. It is choosing to just be kept comfortable, and again, not being intubated, not maybe getting IV fluids.
Right.
Just to keep you out of pain and suffering.
Right, and I think people who have terminal illnesses or who are on medical hospice have that selection.
Right.
So they're not going to be attempting resuscitation, and they're going to focus on comfort care. But you can also choose that you want to attempt resuscitation, but then choose these other things. You can choose selective treatment,
right.
And again, a trial period with the resuscitation if you want. So,
yeah, for a period of time, you want them to try so many minutes, like you mentioned just a little bit ago.
Right.
Yeah. Then there's another really important section on here, and it's based on nutrition. Do you want a feeding tube or not, if that was something that might be required or necessary in trying to bring you back? So you get to be really specific on whether you would want that type of treatment or not as well.
Yeah.
Those are the basics.
Yeah, and there's a lot more you can discuss, and you can add lines, you can add pages, but we can talk about that as well.
We hear so many stories of people that ended up being resuscitated when they did not want to be resuscitated,
Yes.
and all of the trauma that happened to them in that process, because the process is quite hard on our bodies. And so that's another reason why it's just so important to have this information communicated. The EMTs are trained to look for this document in the home. And so you might have been over at someone else's house in the past and you see this glaringly pink piece of paper stuck on a refrigerator. That's one of the places that they are trained to look. Sometimes people will have it right by the door, like the front door or something. It's just somewhere that's out in plain sight, and they make it a very bright color so that it's easier to spot in a moment when maybe things need to happen really quickly. So just wanted to mention that if you have this filled out, but it's like buried in a pile of papers or something and everything is happening, that might not help you in the way that you're hoping. So again, the fact that it's filled out is great, but then it's where are you going to put it so that it's accessible for your medical team that's there to help you.
Yeah, and somebody told us a story about that their mom came to visit, had one of these, came to visit, but then needed, had a collapse and was resuscitated against her wishes because this document wasn't with her.
Yes.
So keeping it with you is really important too. Some people keep them in the glove box of their car. But if you're traveling to families and you have specific wishes, do bring your POLST.
So we have these documents here. If you feel like you want to come in and answer all of the different types of interventions, we'll help you fill that out.
Right.
And also, where else can you get these?
At your doctor's office.
Okay.
And Medicare has a specific reimbursement to talk about this with your physician. So you can make an appointment to talk about these options and choices with your physician if you like. And then they will sign it at that appointment. But you can basically bring it into your doctor at any point. Once you've filled it out, you don't have to have them look it over necessarily. I mean, they don't have to, say this, you answered wrong on this point, but they just sign what your wishes are. Yeah.
Yeah, actually, your doctor, if you're going in for an appointment and you just bring this with and you've got it already filled out and you just say, hey, I need you to sign this, they'll be very happy to sign it for you. You should be supported that way. It shouldn't be a big deal. Right. So if you're not sure how to fill that out, we would be happy to go over all of that with you. You can call and make an appointment.
And also nurse practitioners and physician's assistants can fill that out as well. The other side also lists your medical power of attorney and the people who, are listed on your Advance Health Directive.
We have POLST here for people to fill out if you're looking for this in the community. If you're not sure how to fill it out, we would be so happy to go over it with you step by step and talk through all of the different choices to really help you kind of figure out what you feel like is best for you. This is also a document that might be changing over the course of your life.
Yes.
You can have this early on if you felt like you needed that. And as your health and your aging, your life process continues, you might want to change some of the choices on this. So again, it's just something that you can renew from time to time without a lot of effort.
Absolutely. And again, just give us a call at 805-544-2266 if you'd like to make an appointment, or you can visit us on our website at hospiceslo.org.
This is actually a free document and part of our service in supporting the community.
Yeah, and all of our services are free. So if you have any questions, give us a call, comments, topics you'd like us to talk about. We'd love to hear from you. Until next time.